And welcome to Tuesday Tips and Truths with Chella and Terilee. We are so delighted to be back with you, and we cannot wait to get your feedback and your comments. I'm so delighted. My name is Chella, and I am your money relationship strategist. And I'm delighted to be here with Terilee. Share
I'm
with us,
so
Terilee.
excited to be here. I'm
Who
so
are you?
excited to be with you as well. I am a virtual networking expert and trainer, and I am building a global referral community that's online through Team Referral Network virtual chapters. And we have to tell you, we wish that we planned this, but we didn't.
We don't. We just sort of show up. We say we're going to meet you there, and we do log in a few minutes before. But other than that, we don't plan. This is going to be. This is like those marriages where after a while you start to wear the same clothes, even like without knowing. So I know this is interesting, but I also think last week it was very interesting because here I am thinking I'm live and we're doing this magical thing, and then I disappear. And
Yeah, let's talk. Okay,
go ahead,
so
Shirley.
y'all,
Go ahead,
y'all,
share your part,
some of you
and
may
then I'll share mine.
so yeah, some of you may remember that last week we were ready to get started. We had people commenting, and suddenly they said that Chella was frozen, but I wasn't. And I'm like messing, and Chella like bloody disappeared for like an hour, you guys. And I need to call the firemen. I messaged my daughter in California. I'm like, call her. I'm ready to call cute firemen, but I don't know her address. So listen, the truth be told, listen. I mean, I'm ready to send out the army to look for Chella. And people are like, well, what do you think would happen to her? And I don't know, but what did happen? What did happen?
So what was really interesting, which I didn't find out, I thought I had sent Terilee a message to let my internet is down, but she never received it because I didn't have internet and I didn't have a phone service. So she didn't know, right? But this is also talks about, and come to find out there was an explosion in the neighborhood. And so the tower was taken out. And so we had interrupted service for about an hour. So it wasn't like a long time, but then when it did come, the power did come back, and I was able to look at my text messages. Then I see all these mixed calls, and then I see Terilee's messages. She had no idea. Here she is, ready to send some cute fireman to the rescue. But that goes to say, you just never know. It's just, this is life, right? It's like, how many times you're going to come across an explosion? I mean, let's be honest. Let's be serious here, right? Not very often.
Let's be serious. Right. And
it was exciting
in our teal car.
And we're matching up. We need to keep track, right? So we are here today to talk about, again, we're here to empower you and to help you have the best. What goals do you want to achieve in this last quarter, right? We want to be able to give you tips. We want to be able to share with you. We're here for you, right? And it was really great because we had some questions. We addressed those questions. If you go back and check out our other lives, right? We talked about preparing for the holidays, but today it's going to be all about business, right? Because now this is the time, right? 2 more months. We're saying the last quarter, 2 more months. What are you going to do? So Terilee have been doing this online networking event since November of 2018. So we're coming up on our 2nd anniversary very quickly. And the one thing that we have found, and Terilee doesn't know I'm going to talk about this.
We're having a party, by the way.
I think we should have a party, yes, with party favorites too. So one of the things we want to talk about is as you're going through networking events and as you're joining different groups, how long, we already talked about that, so we already covered that, but when is it time to look in the mirror and find out maybe your message is not clear? Maybe people don't understand what you're doing, right? When is it time for you to look and maybe change things up? And that's going to be our topic for today. And I hope you can see me. Can somebody say something? Vinky, can you see me? Because I think we lost Terilee, but did you lose her or did you lose me? Comments? So I invite you to think. I invite you to think and see, it start, some things. And so we're going to talk, okay, thank you, Vinky. So we're going to talk about two people that we have in mind. Thank you. Two people that we have in mind, and the names have been changed to protect the guilty. But, we have one person that's been doing constant networking, and they're not getting the referrals, and people are not looking to set up appointments with them, right? And they have a phenomenal service. They really do. Oh, that's so funny. Terilee, you were gone for a little minute, but I hung in there and I continued to talk.
Thank goodness, because I was thinking there was another explosion. I was like, oh, we're not supposed to talk about this ever. Okay, where were we? Sorry,
we were working.
Catch me up really quick.
We were working really quick on sharing that we know the names have been changed to protect the guilty. And, when is the time? We know one person, we'll call her Champagne, and she has a phenomenal service, but she's not getting the calls. She's not getting referrals. She's not getting people to talk to her, right? And she has a great service. So when is it time to look? But see, the interesting thing is that these folks don't know. These people don't know that is them, right? So we're hoping that if you know somebody, that how do you approach that? How can you share with them? And I have attempted to talk to them a couple of times, but they're just not listening. And for that, I have compassion for their journey, right? But is it time for you? I'm asking you, if you're not getting the referrals, if you're not getting people to sign up for your, oh my God, so our number 2 fans are here. We have Lachelle and we have Vinky. So we welcome your feedback, right? But it is time, right? And that doesn't mean that it's maybe time to change things up. It may be time to ask for help. How do you need to show up so that people are saying yes to your service, yes to the products, or at least they're setting up discovery sessions with you, right? It's time to look in the mirror. And then my other person, Francine, right? This person, just lovely, lovely human being. And again, she has a phenomenal product. But she's a hammer, right? Because everything, she just goes, she doesn't listen, and she's a hammer. So I'm not saying this to, get anybody wrong, but when is it time? Okay, when is it time to look in the mirror and take a different action, right? And surround yourself with people that are going to help you. And if at all, if you think this could be you, there you go. Sometimes we can't see the forest for the trees. Yes, Lachelle, but this is also something, I'm glad you're here, Lachelle. Let us bounce this off of you. This is somebody that they're so stuck in their ways. They're so happy being in that mud that they can't see the clear water just a couple of steps ahead, right? How can we help that person that's not, it's just stuck in the mud? And let me tell you, I've been there. So I know that when you're stuck in the mud, it's very difficult to get yourself out of that situation. But I encourage you, if this at all resonates with you, reach out. Reach out. We will be happy to share what we've learned along the ways. The part that Terilee doesn't know I'm going to talk about is that when we first began our venture back in November 2018, and we had a lot of different, talk about not seeing your blind spots. We had a lot of people that were ready to join and that were wanting to join. And Terilee was like, oh my God, they'll be great. We can help them do this. We can help them do this. We can help their business go to the next level, which was true. Unfortunately, the people were not ready, right? And Terilee, for the first couple of times, she was like, oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah. right? It was like, but so we have to know that just because we can see where we can help a person, where we can help them elevate their business, what tweaks they need to make in order to get them there, that doesn't mean that the person is ready to take those actions. And now, Terilee, oh, look at that. Oh, Terry, I love that, Lachelle. Wait, Terilee, can you see the comments?
Okay, Lachelle, that's good. Okay, so here's
Okay,
what
good.
Lachelle is saying. If it will let me.
It is. We can see it. We can see that.
That is good stuff.
Right? You want to be surrounded. You want to surround yourself with people that are going to help you see things from a different perspective. And even after you're hanging around with those folks and they're helping you, but there's the information is still not going in at that point in time, it may be simply time to look for outside help. And I don't mean like therapy necessarily, right? But get a mentor. Get somebody to help you see your blind spots. And if I had to sum it up in one thing, I would say we are geniuses in what we do, but we cannot see our own blind spots, right? And so it's getting that outside perspective. I'm currently working with 2 coaches for 2 different reasons. One of them is for business and one of them is for my spiritual side, right? But getting both perspective and having them help me merge those. That's what's helping me grow. So isn't this interesting, Terilee? Last week I was having issues. This week it's your turn.
I know, but there's no explosion.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
I will tell you. I will tell you what there is. There's an Ethernet cable in my future because I went and bought an antenna, and and obviously it's not doing what I need it to do. So there's a cable here because it's no fun to co-host a show with someone who can't participate with you. So yes, okay.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. We're doing great working through the tech issues.
Give me a lead in, and I'll.
But also, right, is seek help. My thing is that if, the sign is going to be, nobody is setting up calls with you. They're not getting referrals. You're not getting referrals. And, nobody's asking to do strategy sessions. If you're not doing that, it's time to look in the mirror and just see, how are you showing up, right? Because how you're showing up may not be how other people perceive you. So this is the time to look up, because we want you to set yourself up to have the best 2021 and starting to plant those seeds now, right? Plant the seeds now that are going to begin to blossom, at the beginning of 2021. That's what we want for you. We want you to be ready. We want you to be ready so that you can jumpstart your 2021. And I can share this from experience that we have seen some folks in our team network that November and December were the busiest of months. Now, I know right now we can't go out and celebrate in person, but what this person did is she planted seeds, not in an obnoxious way, in no way, shape, or form, but she planted seeds. Well, in the new year, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm currently offering. And who do you know that's ready to get their year started, right? So planting those seeds November and December. So come January, your business is simply taking off. So that's our advice, suggestion, recommendation, because we have done it. And 2, we have seen others do it, right? So this is not just me and Terilee. No, we have seen this time and time and time again, right? So I encourage you, begin to plant those seeds. Don't think about what are they going to think about me. Think about they need your service, or somebody they know needs your service. And that's what we're going after. We're going after the people that are looking for what you have to offer and are ready to take action. So I'm encouraging you. Absolutely, right? We need to reflect on a regular basis. We need to find out what's working and what's not working. This is really, truly, truly phenomenal. And know that just because two people may not agree, that doesn't mean we can't work together. And I brought up the Terilee was not, she kept saying, when are they going to be ready? People are sometimes just not ready. And it's about having compassion for their journey and understanding that just because we want them to succeed, that does not mean they're ready to succeed. That's the biggest difference. So go ahead, tell us about your techie. So what are you going to do, Terilee? Let's keep it real here. What are you going to do to change it up to get your internet to be stronger?
Well, if you can hear me now.
We can hear you.
I'm going to go get a cable. I got to plug the cable. I don't care if the cable's got to come all the way across the house. Yeah. Hello. Mm-hmm. That was my plan last time, and my husband, who is more technical than I am, talked me into an antenna instead. But obviously, this is not working.
So is there going to be an I told you so coming up?
Mm-hmm. So that's my
story. So by next week, we will have a cable. We will have no explosions in Orange County, and everything will be great. We appreciate all of our followers. And if you're watching this on a replay, #replay, we love to hear from you, right? And is there any subjects you want to cover for us to cover? We would love to do that. We're doing the research, right? We are here for you. We want to talk and give you the tips and tools that are going to help you get to that next level. So Terilee, we didn't do a truth today, did we? So what's the truth going to be? That is very interesting. So what's the truth? Because I think it's my turn. So I don't.
I'll tell you. Okay, the truth. I got one.
Awesome.
I got one. But you have one?
No, I can't think of a truth.
Okay. The truth is if you know you need a cable. No, mine is if you know you need a cable and your husband says, no, get the antenna, you get the cable anyway, because because it's going to mess up your life, because then you miss out the whole champagne thing.
Good point.
Yeah, I need plan B, and that's a cable, people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's okay to get both. I don't think that, I mean, that was the truth, but we really, I mean, that was a little bit on the weak side. Let's face it. Let us be honest. I got to say that one of the truths for me is that sometimes it is that the monkey chatter gets in the way, and I need to go back to basics for me. And this week has been one of those weeks. You know, the monkey chatter, the monkeys were pretty loud, and I had to go back to basics. And I didn't have to. I chose to go back to basics and remind myself why I'm doing what I'm doing and who I am helping and how big of an impact and how these women that work with me are shifting the way they look at money, the way they show up for their business. So this week was one of those weeks, I got to tell you. So I have a mantra that I work with, and I definitely this week, and it's Tuesday. It's only Tuesday, and I've had to use it several times to get myself back to the place, my genius zone, and really, absolutely, even if you're frustrated, right? And yeah, it's the monkeys. I call them the monkeys, and sometimes the monkeys get louder than other times. So absolutely. So that's my truth for this week. Keeping it real for you all. So if you have those monkeys that are talking to you and they want you to go move forward, go out and help somebody. So that's one of my ways that I choose to react. And this week, I believe I've made 5 introductions and I've given at least 2 just magnificent money-making ideas. One person, it was a $25,000 idea. The other person, it's a $100,000 idea. What they choose to do with it, it's on them. But although I'm going to keep bugging them a little bit to get them back to, so that is my truth. It was a tough week, but one of the ways that helps me to get out of it is by going out and helping somebody, making connections. And I share that I gave 2 brilliant money-making ideas. One is $25,000 one, and the other one is $100,000. Right? What they choose to do that is going to be up to them, but at least for me, it's me sharing my gifts. So
awesome.
It's been phenomenal. We look forward to seeing you folks next week when we're going to have a cable, and this is going to be much, much smoother. We appreciate you. And we are delighted you're with us, and we welcome your questions and your comments. Any ideas about future shows, please let us know.
And Chella, I can't wait to watch a replay, see everything you said.
Phenomenal, folks.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
We'll see you.